Stories from a Snowy Meadow by Carla Stevens. Chapter 2. The Birthday Party. It was Friday. Mouse and Shrew spread the quilt on Mole's bed. "There are 8 stars," Mouse said. "I just counted them." "I can't wait until Vole sees it," Shrew said. "Be patient, Shrew," said Mole. "I've almost finished decorating the cake. There now, are you ready?" "You carry the quilt, Mouse," Shrew said. "You're bigger than I am." Mole closed the door behind him. "The candles. We forgot the candles." "I'll get them," Shrew said. He ran back into the house. It was a cold, clear day. A hard crust of snow covered the meadow, making travel easier. "Let's sing happy birthday as we walk in," said Mouse. "First, I'll light the candles," Shrew said. "Ready?" He opened the door. "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Vole, happy birthday to you." "Oh my," said Vole, who was sitting up in bed. "What a surprise! I had almost forgotten today is my birthday." "We didn't forget," said the 3 friends. "Make a wish." Vole closed her eyes for a moment. Then she opened them again. "I won't tell you my wish because then it might not come true." She took a deep breath and blew as hard as she could. All of the candles went out except for one. "Quick, blow again," said Mouse. Vole sucked in her breath and blew once more, and the last candle went out. "Hooray!" the friends shouted. "You cut the first piece and I'll cut the rest," Mole said. Vole took a bite of the cake. It is delicious, Mole." "Now we have a present for you," said Shrew. "Help me unfold it, Mouse." Mouse and Shrew unfolded the quilt and spread it on Vole's bed. "It is the most beautiful quilt I've ever seen," Vole said, "and how warm it feels. Thank you, my good friends. I wish I could do something for you in return." "You can tell us another story," Mouse said. Yes, said Mole and Shrew. "Tell us a story." Vole began. "There was once a little Shrew who lived all by herself. Once in a while she was lonely, but most of the time she was not. She read, wrote stories, drew pictures, and took walks. One winter morning she bundled herself up to go out for a walk. She opened her door and, whoops, she almost fell over a big pile of shoes. What a surprise! There was a pair of red shoes, a pair of blue shoes, a pair of sneakers, big black rubber boots, and a pair of fuzzy slippers. Little Shrew put her foot alongside the rubber boots, and she could tell that they were much too big. Next, she put her foot alongside the red shoe, and it didn't fit either. What should she do? She just couldn't leave all these shoes on her doorstep. She might fall over them going in and out. So she carried them inside and put them in her closet. All day long she kept thinking about the shoes and wondering who could have left them. The next morning, when she was eating her cereal, she heard a rustling at the door. She went to the door and opened it, and there on the doorstep was a large bundle. She looked more closely. There was a red jacket, 3 pairs of pants, and a long muffler. She held the pants up. Too big. And the jacket. Much too big. Well, at least the muffler is the right size, she thought. It was silly. All these clothes and nothing she could wear except the muffler. She put them in the closet along with the rest of her things. All day long she thought about the shoes and clothes. Were they presents? If so, who was leaving them for her? And why wasn't anything the right size? It took a long time for little Shrew to fall asleep that night. The next morning, she again heard a rustling at the door and knew someone or something was there, and she was right. There on her doorstep was a big tag. It had a large tag tied on top. The tag said, "Please don't play with my toys until I get there." Toys. Little Shrew opened the bag and peeked in. She could see checkers and a checkerboard, a yo-yo, a kite, 2 balls, crayons, and a game of Monopoly. Little Shrew thought about the tag. Until I get there. Someone was coming, but who and when? She put the bag in her closet. Little Shrew was so excited that she couldn't sleep all night. First she imagined that a dragon was coming. But no, a dragon wouldn't have 3 pairs of pants. Then she thought of a bear, but of course a bear would be too big for the red jacket. Then she thought of a worm, but worms don't wear boots. Just as it was beginning to get light, Little Shrew tiptoed out of bed and went over to her door and listened. No noise except the soft humming of the wind. So she sat down and waited. Soon she heard a rustling, then a shuffling, then a sliding. The sliding sound was getting louder and louder. Little Shrew was frightened. Should she open the door? For a moment she thought she should not, but then she did, and on her doorstep was a large box. On the box was a sign, and it said, "Do not open before Christmas." But someone had crossed out "do not" with a red crayon. Open before Christmas, thought Little Shrew. That must mean right now. So, she very slowly, very carefully lifted the top off the box, and there looking up at her was a mole with a big red bow around his neck. Little Shrew jumped back in surprise. "What are you doing in there?" she gasped. "I'm a present," said the mole, "from me to you." "But Christmas is over and my birthday isn't until March," said Little Shrew. "I'm a late Christmas present and an early birthday present looking for a home. Where did you put my slippers?" Little Shrew thought about her late Christmas present and early birthday present. It could talk and laugh and play checkers and Monopoly and fly a kite and even help with dishes. "Just what I've always wanted," she said out loud. "Please come in. Your slippers are in the closet." And Mole and Little Shrew lived quite happily together for a long time. Mouse and Shrew and Mole clapped. That was a good story, they said. "I have had many, many presents," Vole said, "but this quilt is the best present I've ever had." She lay back in bed and sighed. "Vole, you look tired. We'll go now and let you rest," Mole said. "I feel so warm and cozy under my wonderful quilt. Thank you again, dear friends." "Happy birthday," they called out as they left Vole's house. Outside, icicles hung from the branches, and every little while one fell, tinkling like broken glass on the crusty snow.